Hi, today we are looking at section 4.1, which is translating graphs of functions. So first we'll go through some definitions and then we'll look at some examples. So first definition is translating. So mathematically translating means to move. So if we're translating a graph, we're moving it left to right or up or down. Now, typically we refer to that as being a horizontal translation if it's left to right, or a vertical translation if it's up or down. So for a horizontal translation, y equals f of x minus h is a horizontal translation of our original graph by h units horizontally. So if we have, say, x minus 2, it shifts it positive 2 units. If we had x plus 3, it would shift it horizontally negative 3 units. Now, vertical translation takes a form of y equals f of x plus k. You'll notice that with the previous one, we had our h inside brackets where k is outside of it. So that's how we differentiate between the two. Now, it's just going to shift our graph k units vertically. So if our k is 5, it's going to shift our graph 5 units. If it's -7, it'll shift it -7 units vertically. So example, here's a graph of y equals g of x. Draw its translation and write the new equation in terms of function g of x. So if translation of 4 units left, that takes the form of y equals g of x. Now it'd be minus our h value, but because this is left, that means that this is -4. So we have minus -4, so that becomes +4. Now, all we have to do with this is just move all these points 4 to the left. And then join them together. Okay, so next one was a translation of 2 units up. So that'd just be y is equal to g of x plus 2. So we just take our original points and just move them up 2. And then join them together. If we have both horizontal and vertical translations, our graph's formula becomes y equals f of x minus h plus k. So there's our horizontal translation, there's our vertical translation. So, for example, here is a graph of g of x. Translate 4 units left and 5 units down, graph and write our new equation. So I'll just start with our new equation. So we've got y equals j of x, and then it's 4 units left, so that's a -4. So we've got minus -4, so +4. And then 5 units down, so -5. So each of these points, I've just moved 4 left and 5 down. Okay, so this new graph would look something like this. Okay, so that's explicit equations. So equations are written in terms of our independent variable. Now, typically our independent variable, most of the time is going to be our x. So in other words, equations where we have our actual x in them with some sort of mathematical operation like division or roots or exponents. Okay, so translations with explicit equations. For horizontal translations, we just go for our equation and replace every x in our original equation with x minus h. For vertical translations, we just add k to the end of the equation. So for example, we write the equations y equals x and y equals 1 over x plus 3 if they both have a translation of 3 units left and 2 units up. So for the first one, we just replace our x with our x minus h. So if we go 3 units left, this is a negative 3, so that would be x minus negative 3, so x plus 3. Now, because it's 2 units up, we just add 2 to the end of it. Now, we'll do a similar thing to this one. So we've got y equals 1 over, we replace our x with x plus 3. But we still have this other plus 3 here, which we'll have to count for later. We've got this minus 2, and then we're adding 2. So we'll combine like terms now. So we've got y equals 1 over x plus 6. And then those just cancel out. Okay, example, given the graph of y equals 1 over x squared, describe what the following would do to the graph. So we have this one, the only thing we have that's new is this here. So that's going to translate our graph vertically. Now, if it moves any asymptotes, we'll also list that. So because the whole graph is moved up 3, our horizontal asymptote is moved to y equals 3. Now this one, we have two different things. We've got the x plus 3 down here, which really means we have a negative 3. And then we have this minus 3 here. So we've translated our graph 3 units left. And down 4. Our vertical asymptote is now at x is equal to negative 3 because it's shifting 3 to left. And our horizontal asymptote has been shifted down 4, so it's at y equals negative 4.